Hey there, Rush Nation. Mike Crook here, bringing you the very first video episode of Between the Pipes for the 2019-2020 Rush hockey season. In this episode, we'll be diving into Rapid City's announcement this summer of their NHL and AHL affiliation with the Arizona Coyotes and Tucson Roadrunners. Also, we'll have a video response and interview with Rush President Todd Mackin and discussing some of the player camps and whatnot. So stay tuned. Alright there, Rush Nation, Mike Crook here again, and hope you like the new intro. Pretty cool. Well, we're giving this a shot here. As you know, we've done our Between the Pipes series for a couple seasons now, and we thought that we'd give video format a try, so we'll see how this season goes with a video blog versus a written article. So, hope you like it. Leave something in the comments whether you do or don't, and we'll kind of go from there. But in this episode, we're going to be discussing the Rush's affiliation announcement with the Coyotes and Roadrunners. We're back with the Coyotes again. As you know, that was our first affiliation several years ago. And that affiliation, not too bad. And then we moved over to the Wild. And as you know, that affiliation didn't really go in Rush's favor most of the time. So, and when the Rush announced this affiliation again this summer, a lot of the fan base, including myself, I'll be the first to admit, I was not a huge fan of being an affiliate again. I thought we did pretty well as an independent last year. But after having several meetings with Rush President Todd Mackin, I'll be the first to admit he swayed me. I like where this is going to be headed, and already seeing a lot of the player rosters that we've been able to pick up over the off-season and the camp invitations that they've been given, I think it's going to be a huge benefit for Rapid City, both for the organization as a whole and being able to obtain and retain quality players on our roster to be competitive throughout the entire season, not just get a few hot streaks going here and there like we did over the last couple seasons. So I'll turn it over to Todd right now. All right, so here we're talking with Rush President Todd Mackin. Todd, before we kick off the 2019-2020 season, some big announcements that happened this summer. The biggest one being is that the Rush now has a new affiliate again, back with the Coyotes and the Roadrunners for a second stint. And I know that there was a lot of bad taste in everyone's mouth after dealing with the Wild. What can you tell Rush Nation about how this is actually going to benefit not only the organization, but the players that come here to play for Rapid City?
Yeah, I think it's a couple good questions there, right? Every team in our league, except for one right now, has an affiliate. And I anticipate by the time the season starts, every single team in the ECHL will have an affiliate. It's the direction our league is going, and I think it's important for us to get on board. We worked really long and hard for the right one. I know it's old hat to you guys because you guys were with Arizona before, but it's the right fit for us. And a lot of changes have happened since that affiliation was in place last time, and especially on the leadership side of things. And new ownership over there in Arizona, new leadership. We're working with Steve Sullivan, and he's been a great advocate of ECHL hockey and the Rapid City Rush. And so to answer the second part of the question, we had 5 guys go up to Tucson and participate in the AHL camp. Our coach went, our goalie coach went, our assistant coach went, all to learn and get better. And that inevitably helps us get better here. So, Danny Bataccio spent a week in NHL camp working with goalies, getting better, learning terminology, learning some of the things that they do, how they're teaching their goalies to move the puck, and all sorts of different things. Coach Tatro and Coach Gates both went up there for AHL camp. Coach Tatro was able to go with the team, the Roadrunners, as they played a couple preseason games, and in which 4 of our players played in those games. 5 of our guys participated in camp the entire time, and 4 of them got to play in AHL hockey games, which is huge for their experience level. Also helps us recruit players to our market that want to get to the next level. Getting them that opportunity at camp was great. And some of the guys, Dexter Danks played two games, got in a fight in game 2, really earned his stripes up there. And while we're going to see all those guys back in Rush uniforms this year, our goal is to develop and get those guys to the next level. And I think this is the starting point of a great relationship.
And along with a handful of players that were called up to Tucson's camp, we also had a pair of players get called up to Manitoba's camp with Elms and Montmagny. And Mackin makes a few comments on that as well about the great looks that they had and the experience that they gained from getting that quick call-up, even though they weren't signed on to any kind of a roster. And touching on Elms and Montmagny, that they didn't go and play with the Roadrunners. They actually went over to Manitoba for a stint up there. Is there any reason why they went to Manitoba? Was it just that's who happened to wanted to take a look at them, or?
Yeah, it's a numbers game, right? And so when Arizona had some guys get cut from the Coyotes and sent down, they lost a couple spots, and we had hoped that we'd get Elms and Montmagny to a spot. So we worked hard to find them a spot, and we have a good relationship with the Winnipeg Jets and the Manitoba Moose, and so we made something happen there where they got an opportunity to get a look as well. Our goal is first and foremost to work with the Tucson Roadrunners and the Arizona Coyotes, and we're going to continue to do that. But secondarily, it's to find places for our guys to get better and for our guys to get to the next level. That's why they're playing here. That's what they're trying to do, is develop and get better. And we're going to turn every stone to get that done, right? We're going to look all over. And if that happens to be in Manitoba, it happens to be in Manitoba. And so those guys both came back. They were at camp today, working harder than I've seen them work in a while, and ready to go. And they've got a taste, right? They have a taste in their mouth of what the next level is. They're going to do everything in their power to get back.
And so pretty much biggest takeaway to leave with Rush Nation would be that this is actually beneficial for the organization. Any players that we can recruit to come out and play for us, it's going to drive a much more skilled and hungry roster. Would that be something you would be able to get behind a statement like that?
Yeah, for sure. And I think the other piece of it is we want to bring a championship here. We want to get to the playoffs. We want to win hockey games. And teams don't do that without a good affiliation. And it's just it is what it is, right? We were last in the league in scoring last year, right? It was a miracle. Coach Tatro got everything he could out of that team to get him to 30 wins, right? You can't be last in the league in scoring. And why are you last in the league in scoring? It's because you don't have those offensive threats because they are affiliated guys. And unless you're going to continue to pound rookies through here and try your best to try to get to 30 wins every year, and you really want to be a contender and really want to win hockey games, which we do, then we have to have this affiliation. It's a no-brainer anymore in our league. No one will win a championship without it. I mean, I can guarantee it. And so if our fan base and Rush Nation wants us to win a championship, this is the direction we have to go. Now, is it always going to be perfectly smooth? No. I mean, we're going to have bumps in the road. Sometimes you're going to get a guy in the third year of his contract that doesn't want to be here and doesn't want to play. Sometimes you're going to get called up and down just based on injuries. But the bottom line is the Coyotes believe in the same philosophy we do, which is to develop players, win together, develop a culture of winning. Our slogan for this year is everything matters. And that's from the top down. That's what the Coyotes is, because the Coyotes barely missed the playoffs, the Roadrunners barely missed the playoffs, and we barely missed the playoffs. So that point in October is just as important as that point in April. And so we're preaching that to the guys. Hey, everything matters. Let's get behind this. Let's win games. Let's get points when we can. Let's play well at home. We need the fan base to get behind us at home. We had a bad home record last year. That's got to improve, right? And we need the community to jump behind this. We need this to be a tough place to play. And we need to get that same feeling that we've had in this venue where guys want to come and be a part of it.
Cool. All right. I think that's good for that. Thank you very much.
No problem, man. Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
There you have it, Rush Nation, with the 2019 season about to kick off here. We're going to actually see what this affiliation can do, how it benefits both our players and the organization as a whole. I encourage everyone to support the affiliation. Don't badmouth it on social media. Just come out there, see the product that they're putting on the ice. I guarantee you it's going to be a whole lot better than what we had in years past. The agreement that we have with both of these organizations is phenomenal, and I very much feel that this is actually going to be a big win for Rapid City on the season as a whole. Tetsi is putting together a great roster, and you're going to find out in this first month of October just how solid this team can be and how far that they're going to go this season. Stay tuned for our next episode where we're going to dive a little bit deeper before our first home opener and maybe even talk a little bit about predictions and whatnot. So if you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to the channel, give us a like, share it out, and thank you everyone for your support, and go Rush!